Hello there. Thank you so much for joining us. This is News Channel Nebraska. My name is Eric McKay. Let's take a look at our top headlines today. Beginning with the weather. Totals from the first major snowfall of the season in this part of the country have been tabulated. The southeast of Nebraska saw the most of it, in addition to severe wind over the past few days. Tim Hackett has our rundown.
Well, it's safe to say after what we've experienced here for the last few days, winter has officially arrived in southeast Nebraska. This part of the state was hit fairly hard by the first snowfall of the season over the last couple of days. Fairbury reporting 3 inches of snowfall Saturday morning and then another 4 inches throughout the morning on Monday. Snow was coming down consistently even before 6 a.m. Monday, and I saw people out plowing the streets around the courthouse and throughout downtown Fairbury around that time, trying to get things ready for the start of the post-holiday week. That early morning precipitation made travel difficult and prompted just about every school in this part of the state to close down for the day. Freeman in Adams was the only exception. They elected to operate with a 2-hour delay. A winter weather advisory was initially in effect until 6 p.m. Monday, but that was officially lifted around noon. And by that point, about 7 inches of snow since Saturday later, all of the snowfall from the first major storm of the season had finally stopped. In Fairbury, Tim Hackett, News Channel Nebraska.
And more could be coming, at least to the eastern part of the U.S. A bomb cyclone forming in the U.S. on the heels of 2 other winter storms. Amy Kiley has more on how the weather will be affecting people across the country.
Tuesday is the day that the Northeast is going to see the majority of the snow from this winter storm.
The third winter storm of this week is sweeping across the country. The record-setting doozy is hitting the eastern U.S. today. It's bringing northern snow, southern rain, and a chance for Gulf Coast tornadoes.
It is going to be a wet, sloppy mess with rain heavy at times throughout parts of the southeast.
Farther west, people are digging out after previous rounds of snow and ice. The FAA says some airports could see ground stops today after one at Chicago O'Hare last night.
You know, you are in Chicago, you got to be ready for any storm.
Officials say a child was taken to the hospital with minor injuries after this school bus crash in northern Illinois yesterday. This video from Topeka, Kansas shows school bus drivers stopping on the side of a slippery highway. Nearby Kansas City has a new daily snowfall record from yesterday. And in Minneapolis, a man is using the recent weather to build an ice castle.
There's lights in the castle, there's all sorts of caverns, there's ice slides. There's going to be a little bar.
In addition to the snow and rain, forecasters predict new low temperature records in some parts of the country today.
The weather pattern that we're in keeps it cold for most of the week for most of the country.
Amy Kiley reporting, News Channel Nebraska.
Closer to home, firefighters from multiple departments battled a blaze at a multi-story house in western Wayne County on Monday. The call came in shortly after 2 p.m. The house, located 5 miles north of Hoskins and 6 miles west of Windside. Heavy smoke visible as crews arrived. The 22-degree temperature and wind chill of 12 degrees added to the challenges faced by firefighters. The homeowner wasn't hurt. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Well, the town of Gibbon has a new mayor. Leon Stahl resigned last week before voters could decide his future in a recall election. That set off an immediate change in city leadership. A recall committee launched its petition back in September, collecting more than the 240 signatures required to force a recall vote next month. But instead of facing that election, Stahl resigned, saying that Gibbon is, in his words, well positioned to move forward under new leadership. That new leadership was decided Monday night. Council President Derek Clevenger, according to city rules, automatically stepping into the mayor's role, and he quickly filled the open council seat by appointing Brandon Brueggemann.
I'm super excited and honored to take over this privilege of serving the community that I grew up in as mayor. Obviously, it was a different route to get here, but I'm thrilled to take over and serve the community. I was looking for somebody that was, 1, competent, but 2, had neutral and unbiased opinion to the community. There's been a little bit of a conflict, and I wanted to find somebody that could come in with an open mind and a fresh set of eyes to give us a different perspective onto the council.
Mayor Clevenger says his team plans to stabilize city operations and push forward on long-term projects, including wastewater upgrades and ongoing improvements across Gibbon. Their next city council meeting will be December 15th. Well, a day after Stanton County Sheriff announced he's stepping down, one of his deputies is announcing a run to potentially replace him. Aaron Kleensang announced Monday he's running to replace Mike Unger as Stanton County Sheriff. Kleensang, a current deputy in Stanton County, also president of the board of the Woodland Park neighborhood of Norfolk. Kleensang says his campaign will focus on additional training for deputies, improving public safety, and building community partnerships. So far, Kleensang is the only announced candidate. Well, in small towns, one new business can give the economy a big boost. That's why city officials in Gordon are calling it a big win that 8 new businesses have opened on Main Street in the past year. Casey Wannenberg has more from the Sandhills.
Just like the weather changes, communities also have different seasons.
So this is one of the buildings that was fixed up.
It is.
Here in Gordon, Community Development Corporation President Valerie Beal says this season feels like revitalization.
In the last year, we've had 8 new businesses that have moved into empty buildings on Main Street, which is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
New businesses range from a custom clothing designer
I love pink
to a home decor shop. And it's not just newcomers.
We've done some updating.
A couple of existing businesses have changed hands, leading to more services and updated storefronts.
We just want to make it a fun, inviting place for people to come. We've added this cappuccino machine.
Brianna Moon is a co-owner of Rowdy's Gas and Grub, a new gas station that opened after the previous station closed.
We're just excited to keep building and growing, and we want opinions from the community too on what they would like to see us do.
The owners plan to add more products, gaming, and additional gas pumps.
We'll have a kitchen. We're going to do burgers, fries, fried items, things like that. Hopefully have some daily specials and good food in here.
In addition to the new businesses, Beal says she's recently had interest in other vacant buildings like this one behind me.
There are some buildings that I had given up on, and all of a sudden there are questions and inquiries. They're painting it.
Beal says the Community Development Block Grant has helped both new and longtime businesses make updates that benefit the entire community.
Our downtown matters, and how our downtown looks and having open businesses makes a huge difference for the psyche of the whole community.
A small community hoping for a big season of growth. In Gordon, Casey Wannenberg, News Channel, Nebraska.
Well, for those looking for a fun way to kick off the holiday season, kids in Kearney and Grand Island can now send their letters straight to Santa at CHI Health hospitals. Letters to Santa mailboxes have appeared at Good Sam and Kearney inside the West Tower entrance and at St. Francis in Grand Island in the main lobby. Children of all ages can drop off letters. Santa will send a special reply if the return info is included. Hospital elves then read each letter and write a personalized response, often including an extra little surprise.
So we used to do pictures with Santa, and now that there's a lot of opportunities to see Santa and meet Santa around the Kearney community, we wanted to just kind of take a different spin on it, and so we decided to start doing letters to Santa. And the first year was a little bit slow, but now it's really kicked up, and we're writing hundreds of letters every year. So.
The Letters program also kicks off the hospital's holiday activities, including a hot chocolate bar for staff and the annual light display at Yanni Park, which opens Wednesday. The mailboxes will be available through December 15th and disappear until next year. And a small northeast Nebraska town giving back to its community in an unusual way, using a vintage thrift store to revitalize the community and support local organizations. Reporter Hanky Hazelton has more.
In the heart of downtown Laurel sits a little store.
We are a nonprofit, just formed to help the community.
Logan Creek Vintage and Thrift is only made possible by volunteers who collect donations and
sorts them and prices them and sets them out for display, and we sell it, and all the proceeds go back into the community. Our first donation was to vets doing a Veterans Memorial.
So one might ask, what exactly does the store carry and what would pique the interest of a grown man?
I personally like to go thrifting to find Star Wars or cool little toys or little knickknacks. Anything that's just cool and different. I like to find stuff like that.
We have clothes and shoes, tons of Christmas items. We have some electronic games and puzzles, just anything that anybody would ever need.
Jelinek said, despite facing challenges common to small towns, Laurel is rallying around its newest source of pride, a store built to give back in the time of need, a priceless beacon of positivity. In Laurel, Hanky Hazelton, News Channel, Nebraska.
And a reminder, you can follow us online. Head to newschannelnebraska.com. Click on the news tab there. You can also follow us on X, like us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day. This is News Channel Nebraska.